Hello and welcome to your 9 p.m. daily quiz. I hope all of you are doing good. I welcome you all to this session where we discuss the most important news stories for the day by converting them into prelim specific questions and then discussing them. The topics here are taken up from the Hindu newspaper, the Indian Express, PIB, Down to Earth and other sources. If you're new here, do hit the like and the subscribe button. It would really help us keep going. Yesterday, I announced the launch of an all-new mentorship program. It's a personal mentorship program where I will be mentoring you, making a specific plan for you, keeping a track of that plan for the prelims examination. We'll have a fortnightly target for you. We'll have tests based on those targets to make sure by the time the prelims comes in, you are very well prepared to answer all those questions. A lot of you have reached out to me asking some doubts, some questions about this program. What will it include? What will it not include? So I have kept a session for you. If you're interested in this program and you still have questions about what will this program include, how will it help you, is it suitable for you, what can you gain out of it, I would invite all of you to join me for a live session day after tomorrow, that is 15th of August at 2 p.m. If you want to register for this session, you can just WhatsApp me on this number. I will send you the link of the session and you can join me. This will also give you a chance to ask any doubts that you might have about your UPSC preparation and about this particular session. So do join me for that. Again, 15th August, 2 p.m. Just send me a message on WhatsApp on this number. I will share the link with you so that you can join me on this session. Also, as you know, a couple of days back, I launched a booklet for ethics answer writing specifically. A lot of you have shown interest and have been taking this book. If you also want to take this book, which has 100 model answers for ethics questions and 50 case studies all solved, you can download that from my app. Go to my app, Harshmeet Study Circle, register and you can buy that booklet from there. The link of my app is in the description of the video. Now let's begin with the first question in front of your screen. Consider the following statements with regards to National Institutional Ranking Framework, that is NIRF. Number 1. It was launched in November 2015 by Ministry of Education. Second, 5 broad categories of parameters identified in the NIRF and their weightage on the scale of 10 are teaching, learning and resources, research and professional practice, graduation outcome, outreach and inclusivity, and 5th is perception. Third, the ranking framework gives the highest weightage to 2 parameters, that is teaching, learning and resources and research and professional practice. How many of these are correct? As you know, these are annual rankings released by the Ministry of Education where they rank different colleges and universities across the country so that any student who is looking to take admissions in these institutes can actually have a government-backed ranking, and these rankings are given on different bases. As you can see, these are the different bases. How many of these are correct? First is right, it was launched in 2015 by the Ministry of Education. Second is also correct. There are 5 broad categories of parameters under which they are given ranking. Out of these, the 2 which are given the most weightage, 30% each weightage, is given to TLR, that is teaching, learning and resources, and research and professional practice. 30% each rating is given to both. These are the highest rated, so these matter the most while giving a ranking to the institute. So the answer thus is C. All the 3 statements here are correct. As you know, the Government of India has released the NIRF ranking with IIT Madras at the top for the 6th year in a row in the overall rankings and in engineering ranking as well. In medicine, no surprises, AIIMS Delhi at the first. Among universities, IISc Bangalore, Indian Institute of Science, followed by JNU, Jamia Millia. These are the top universities. Next, question number 2. Consider the following statements with regards to UNESCO Kalinga Prize. Number 1. It is UNESCO's oldest award and was instituted through a donation by Odisha's former Chief Minister Biju Patnaik way back in 1961. Second, UNESCO Kalinga Prize is the only international award from India in the field of popularization of science. Third, the Science Ministry has been supporting this award since 2001. Now, it's a difficult question because you usually do not hear about this award, the UNESCO Kalinga Prize. It is in the news because, as you know, the Government of India has initiated new Rashtriya Puraskars, that's the Rashtriya Vigyan Puraskars, and they have said that all the existing science awards will not continue, or at least we will not support it. Now all the science awards will be under this one category of Rashtriya Vigyan Puraskar. So what has happened is The Central Ministry of Science and Technology that used to support this award by giving a donation, they have said we will not support this award anymore. This is why it has become controversial. First is half correct. It is the oldest UNESCO award, but it was started in 1951 and not 1961. So first is wrong. Second is right. It is the only international prize from India that is for the field of popularization of science. And third is also it was supported since 2001 by Ministry of Science, but now they are saying that we are withdrawing the support. The answer thus here is B. Two only are correct. First statement is wrong. The Indian Express carries this news story today. That is, former Odisha Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik urges the centre to continue support to UNESCO Kalinga Prize. The award carries a cash prize of $40,000 and the winner also receives a Kalinga chair established by Department of Science and Technology, which carries another cash component of $5,000. Next is question number 3. Consider the following statements with regards to Tungabhadra Dam. Number 1. The Tungabhadra River is the largest tributary of the Kaveri River. Second, Tungabhadra Reservoir and the Mullaperiyar Dam in Kerala hold the unique distinction of being the only two reservoirs in the country that were built using a combination of mud and limestone. Third, both the Tunga and the Bhadra rivers originate from the western slopes of the eastern Ghats. How many of these are correct? Now, Tungabhadra Dam is in the news because its gates have broken and that has resulted in a threat of floods in many nearby villages. That is why it is in the news. First is wrong. It is a tributary of the Krishna river and not the Kaveri river. Second is correct. These two are special because these have been built using mud and limestone, which is not usually the material preferred for building of these huge reservoirs or dams. Third also is wrong. It originates from the eastern slope of the western Ghats. These two rivers that together make up the Tungabhadra river, these two actually originate from the western Ghats and not from the eastern Ghats. So third also is wrong. The answer thus is 1 only is correct. Out of the 3, only second one is correct. First and the third here are wrong. This is the article again in the Indian Express newspaper about how 33 gate dam on the Tungabhadra river is being shown here. It was completed in 1953. Tungabhadra dam gate was swept away and now farmers are fearful about floods coming into their area. Next is question number 4. Which of the following nations has planned to shift its capital to Nusantara? Papua New Guinea, Philippines, Indonesia or Peru? Think about it. It has been in the news for quite some time now. Which of these capital cities is planning to shift its capital or country is planning to shift its capital? The reason is that the original capital is again in danger of getting submerged because of the rising sea level. So it has to be an island country. The answer here is Indonesia. It's Indonesia that is planning to shift its capital to Nusantara. And it has been in the works for quite some time now. First cabinet meeting was recently held at this new planned capital Nusantara, and the leaders because it's a major project, it requires spending of billions and billions of dollars, so the government is under a lot of pressure to justify all this spend. Next, question number 5. Researchers have recently discovered the earliest lunisolar calendar at Göbekli Tepe. Which site, or this site rather, is located where exactly? Iraq, Syria, Turkey or Afghanistan? There is a site which is extremely important for the researchers. They have found out the first ever evidence of lunisolar calendar here. It is in Turkey, or Turkey as the country wants to be called now. It is in Turkey. This is the news in the Indian Express. The same news was carried by some other newspapers a couple of days back. It is an original news of New York Times. Whenever you see this NYT, it is a news carried by New York Times actually, and it has been then taken up by other publications. Ancient calendar found in Turkey may have documented 13,000-year-old disaster that may have led to extinction of many large animals. To end the session today, once again, I would like to share an important piece of information for all of you today from the Indian Express newspaper. It talks about the increase in the UPI transactions, which is continuously seeing a huge rise in India. In the June quarter, the number of UPI transactions or the amount of UPI transactions totaled 60 lakh crore. This is a huge jump. All these numbers are extremely important. These can be used as examples for financial inclusion, for digital India, for government initiatives. All of these can be extremely interesting topics or relevant topics from where you can actually include these examples. This brings me to the end of this session. Again, reminding you, 15th August 2 p.m. I have a live session to answer all your questions about the mentorship program. And if you're new here, do hit the like and the subscribe button as well. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye. Jai Hind.